And with that, we're live. Hey guys, BJ Dalla here, and I am so excited for all of you who are hanging out with us tonight as we have a crazy awesome webinar in store for you. And I am so excited to get you to our guest of the evening, get you to our main event, if you will. So I gotta brag because if you know me, I gotta talk whenever I get on these things. So I'm here to specially introduce to you someone who has deeply impacted the lives of everyone that she's come in contact with, and you're going to be that next influence as well. She's an accomplished author, a renowned success and life coach. She's an Instagram expert and a name that you will commonly start seeing as the keynote speaker for inspirational events and on tours, sharing her story, inspiring others, awakening others, and spreading value on stages around the world. She's a woman that turns heads while she expands minds. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for my speaker tonight, Miss TanaÇaé Daníck. TanaÇaé, are you there?
I am. Thank you for the introduction, BJ. I am so excited to be here tonight. I can't even express in words how excited I am for this because I have been working on this for so long, and I know you know, and I know that some of my other followers know who've been following me for a really long time, but I'm super excited. I actually just wanted to take a minute and let everybody who's still coming on get a chance to come on. But those of you who are here right now, I'm going to give you something special in the end. So your little key phrase to get that special something in the end is "I was here in the beginning," right? So remember that and write that down. And while we're taking these few minutes, just to get our stuff together, right? Because I'm always late. I'm actually really surprised that I'm on time right now. But go ahead and grab some water, grab some snacks, get yourself a notepad and a pen. Make sure that's ready, and we'll just hang out for a few seconds and go ahead and wait for the rest of the people to pile in. I know a lot of people were talking about this tonight, and I want to give everyone a chance to get here. So, BJ, if there's anyone in the comment section that has anything to ask or anything to say, go ahead and throw that at me. Otherwise, I will be going ahead and grabbing something to drink real quick and getting ready for tonight. I'll see you guys in a second.
Excellent. Okay, guys, so go ahead, get in position. Go ahead and start commenting. Drop us a note. You can comment in the group. You can comment on this page. You can comment by messaging either one of us. I'm going off. I'm going to hide and give TanaÇaé the floor, but I'm going to be there to just kind of chime in with some questions, some things, some comments coming from all of you guys so that you can have a direct path and get your questions answered and get what you want to say out on this webinar right now. So go ahead, grab yourself a drink. I got my Propel right here, and then get ready to be impacted.
Am I upside down?
Yeah, you're upside down.
Why am I upside down? That's so weird. Okay, let's see. Let's see if this works. No?
Okay.
Nothing?
We
All
see
right,
the
here I
palm of
am,
your
guys.
hand. Okay.
So
Now you're right side up.
that lighting is awful. What just happened there? Let's see. Better? Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. We're good. So I know that there are a lot of people on here tonight who have been here with me from the beginning, who've been here with me from my first video online, and really followed this entire journey with me. And I want to thank you guys for being there with me. But for the people who don't really know me that well, I'm going to go ahead. BJ, are we on air? Because it says off air on my screen. So are you sure we're on?
Yeah, we're live.
Okay, cool. I just want to kind of share my journey with you guys so you know who I am, why I'm here tonight, and what my intention is for tonight, because I really want to leave everyone with the tools that they need to walk away from this webinar feeling very confident in being successful in whatever your goals are to accomplish for 2016. Make this the best year, and not just the best year, but the best decade and the best life that you can possibly create for yourself. So starting out, my life was pretty rough. I was kind of abandoned by some drug addict parents and raised by several other people in a very unhealthy environment. I kind of always just really felt alone. I felt even in school, I was shunned, and I didn't really have many friends until I got really mean, and then I became the cool kid. But it caused me to rebel. You know, it caused me to rebel against life and rebel against the system in my teenage years. But I started working very young, which kind of seems like a dichotomy, but it ended up working out for me pretty well. I had my first job when I was 11. I worked and worked and worked and worked and worked, graduated high school early, kind of cheated a little bit. But I had 3 jobs by the time that I was 17 years old. I had a very prestigious corporate job. That was the life that I thought was destined for me. I was an executive administrative assistant for a multinational corporation. I worked at the head office. I worked directly under the CEO, the CFO, and the COO. So I was making double what people twice my age were making. I also had 2 other jobs, and I was working like 120 hours a week, living straight off of Red Bull and a little bit of Jägermeister maybe here and there, and not taking very good care of myself. And I ended up in the hospital, and I couldn't work, and it traumatized me so bad to the point where I stayed in my room, literally in a dark room. And for any of my friends who are on here, I know a few of you are on here, you can attest to this, that I literally stayed in a pitch black room. Like I blacked out my windows. I had an air conditioner, so I had like all of these curtains like stacked up on my windows, right? So no light could get in. Because what had happened is I had a migraine, and they thought that it caused me to get a stroke. What I know now was like a, which is an atypical feature of a migraine, but back then they told me that I was having a stroke, right? So it scared me so bad. I was so terrified to have that happen again. And I wouldn't do any, I didn't turn on my TV, I didn't look at my cell phone. So I would do everything by candlelight. And it's actually a funny story. Maybe I'll get back to that. But anyways, so after that journey, a few years went by, and I decided it was time. It was time for me to get on with my life. And I know that maybe some of you out there right now are like, all right, I've been living this way for a certain amount of time, and it's time. It's time for me to live up to my potential. It's time for me to do what I know that I'm capable of in life. And if you're at that place right now, I just really want to identify with you, because I was totally there. So it led me on my journey to going to college and becoming like certified in all of these different things, including a holistic health coach. I have a degree in alternative medicine. I have a degree in holistic health. And that kind of led me to my journey online, where I found my, success and was able to leverage myself. And I really started to see this pattern where there were so many people who wanted so desperately to succeed and thought that they didn't have what it took.
I would say she probably just fell off here for a second. Um, she'll be back on here in just a second, guys. So everybody, go ahead while this is happening. Oh, here she comes.
I don't know if I'm live again, but if I am, I just want to say that, there are sometimes, actually, probably every time I've had my biggest breakthrough in my life, there are a lot of technical things that'll come up, right? So it's kind of like, we have all of these devices. I'm actually on my phone right now. And they, our kinetic energy, the energy that we have in our bodies, the energy that we're created out of, when it starts to peak, sometimes like our internet connection will go out or our phone will fail, right? And I don't know exactly what just happened to me. I don't even know if I'm live right now. I hope that somebody can hop on and tell me. Um, but if that's happening, like if you're having connection issues, if you can't hear me, if something's going on, I just want to really, really encourage you to push through that resistance and be persistent, because that is when I have had my greatest breakthroughs in my life. And I know that for me, all of the people that I've been connected with, that's when they've told me they have had their greatest breakthroughs in their lives too.
You're
So I don't know where I dropped off at, BJ, but here I am today, right? So I'm really excited about this. I have been working on this project for months. I was actually an understudy in a few different um, programs, like the one I'm going to be sharing with you at the end of this webinar. So stick around to the end of that, because this is going to be freaking epic. For anyone who knows me, this is going to be epic. But I want to go over kind of what we're going to talk about today and what I'm going to leave you with and what my intention is. My intention is to make sure that you walk away with everything that you need to make this your greatest year ever, your greatest decade ever, your greatest life ever. And I think that that really, really starts with just being authentic, right? So if you think about like a GPS on your phone, right? You click Siri, you ask to get somewhere. Well, Siri has to know where you are first. If your location settings aren't on, Siri has no idea how to get you to where you're going. So write this down. For all of you who have a pen and a piece of paper out, go ahead and write this down to get really, really real. And what I mean by that is to examine your life. You are where you are for a reason. You can blame the government, but if you want to blame the government, you also have to blame them for all of the good things, right? I worked very closely with Tony Robbins for a while, and he said that anytime you blame somebody for anything, you also have to blame them for everything, right? So to get really, really real about where you are in your life, regardless of what it has taken to get you there, the people who have caused you to have these roadblocks in your life, whatever that is, you have to get really, really real. Get really authentic about where you are in your life. This means if you're focusing on your health, if you're focusing on your weight, to go ahead, step on a scale, to go ahead and be really authentic about how you feel in your day-to-day life every day. Maybe keeping a journal of how you feel when you wake up in the morning, how you feel at breakfast, how that food is affecting you, the supplements that you're taking or not taking, the exercise that you're doing or not doing, right? If you're focusing on your finances, where is your bank account? Because your bank account is going to reflect the value that you're giving to the world. That's real. And there's so much controversy over this minimum wage stuff, right? BJ is gonna disagree with me on this. Don't hop on right now, actually. No, you can. But I really think that in this country, people have fought and died to have a living minimum wage, and everybody is entitled to that. But maybe you want greater, right? Maybe you want to be financially free. So being really authentic with where you are now. Where is your bank account? we start off the year with these goals, right? So I want us to backtrack a little bit. I want us to take it back a few steps and to really be honest about where we are, right? Maybe you want more fulfillment in your life. That's really my passion, because I believe that any goal that
Okay, so she just fell off again. She's going to be on probably again in like 30 seconds. But guys, make sure, I'll take this time out to say, make sure you grab a pen and paper and start taking some notes, because I can already tell you what she's about to share with you is one of the first keys that she's going to drop here on this exclusive webinar, where she helps you achieve your goals. You know, like she just said, it could be weight loss, it could be a better or bigger bank account, it could be personal health, it could be just happiness in your every day-to-day life, it could be designing your dream life by design. Whatever it is, this key that she's about to drop is going to help you achieve it. And I know I'm really bright. Here she comes. So grab your pen and paper.
this is so awesome. Like I just want to say that I've been sensitive since I was like a little kid, right, BJ? So I can totally feel people just like having these huge breakthroughs right now. And I don't think I'm the only one popping on and off. So I'm really excited about that. Like I said, there's going to be technological stuff that pops up. There's going to be, maybe your power goes out in your house, or whatever that might be. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing, guys. That's you tapping into your inner power, and you are affecting the world around you, right? One of the most powerful things that I've ever done in my life was this spoon bending class, right? So you get in there and you're like, I don't know if I can bend this spoon. And me and Elijah, my son, he's 7, I think he was 6 at the time, we actually had to pull over for this class and like hop in this restaurant and try to jump on and make sure that we got on this class. And you tap into that power and you bend that spoon, and you're like, wow, I really can affect the world around me. And it's amazing. So if you're having some technological issues like I'm having, hopping on and off, I just want to let you know that that's a great thing, and just keep getting back on, guys. Just keep getting back on. So, getting really real about where you are, that doesn't mean to blame or judge yourself, right? The whole world's gonna judge you. I have a whole website. Google me. I have a whole website of people bashing me. And I think it's freaking awesome, because these people are like taking their energy and focusing on me, even though they think they don't like me, but they probably do, right? If they're spending all that energy. So taking whatever you perceive to have brought you to this place that you aren't happy with, right? Because you're on this webinar today because you want something greater. So there's obviously something that you want to improve in your life. So instead of taking that and judging yourself and blaming yourself for the decisions that you made, whether they were good or bad, right or wrong, turning those perceived weaknesses into your strengths. There's a saying that your wrong, whatever you think your wrongness is, always ends up being your strongness. And I truly believe that, I thought forever growing up that like my caring heart and my loving nature was going to be my downfall, because I just wanted to help people. I purely and truly just wanted to help people. And so I'd always get in these situations where I was taken advantage of, I was used and abused by people. And I finally got to this point of realization in my life that, am I really being taken advantage of? Or am I just choosing not to see what people are choosing? And when I got that realization, I was like, that's it. Like, that's my gift. It's not my curse. It's my gift. I can see people's potential before they can see it in themselves, right? And that's all I could see, because I was choosing not to see what they were actually choosing. But that's been my greatest strength in being a coach and being a life coach. In doing everything that I've done in life, it's turned into my greatest strength. So write down whatever you think your weakness is, whatever you think your wrongness is in life, and why you haven't gotten to where you want to be, and why you've given up every time. It's not your fault, guys. It really isn't. I've worked with so many mentors over the years. I've been personally coached by Bob Proctor. I've worked very close with Tony Robbins. I've worked with all of these like super famous, extravagant people. And it all comes down to, do you have the tools and resources? Do you have the knowledge? Have you learned what it takes to get you to the next level? It's not this inadequacy, the reason why you haven't gotten there. You will get there if you persist and if you're willing to do what it takes. If you're willing to stick on this webinar until the end, even if I pop on off 5 more times, right? And write these things down. So whatever it is that you perceive to be your wrongness, write that down, because that is your strength. You will turn that into your strength. And I truly believe that. So now we're going to move into, where are you going, right?
TanaÇaé.
99% of people in life don't get to anywhere they want to be because they have no destination.
Hold on. Hmm. Hey. Okay, so Harold said that he can't see us, like we're not on. So
Can you hear us?
no, he says that it's saying please stand by starting soon, which I just went to my YouTube channel and it's actually saying the same thing on the live stream, but yet if you look,
It says
we're
off air on my screen.
that's so weird because it says we're live on my screen. Okay, so let me start another one of these and resend you the link, and then we
All
should
right,
be
cool.
live on that.